Good evening and welcome back to the Gentlemen of Crypto episode 357. Today is Wednesday, March 6th, and I'm King.
And I'm Bitcoin Zay, and we're here to bridge the gap between cryptocurrency and the community Monday through Friday at 3-ish.
At 3-ish. And today, as we already mentioned before the sound went out, we'll be discussing Huobi, which adds XRP to their platform. Argentinian government joining with Binance Labs for a new project. Pay for Bitcoin to send weird messages into outer space. Ethereum Foundation is funding Columbia and Yale researchers on a smart contract grant. And UNICEF explores blockchain to improve internet for every school in Kazakhstan. But up first, let's go ahead and give some shout outs. What's going on? Ryan Cooper, Sergeant Crypto. Whoa, be easy. And thanks for letting us know about that sound issue.
Thank you.
Top story of the day, though, is definitely not this. I took it off. Cryptocurrency exchange Huobi adds XRP support to its OTC trading platform. The peer-to-peer over-the-counter branch of Chinese cryptocurrency exchange Huobi has added support for Ripple XRP. The company announced this news in a press release shared with Cointelegraph today, March 6th. And this is following the pattern we're seeing on all major exchanges that Ripple is becoming an OTC trading pair for their trading platform.
And they definitely want Ripple on there with the news of it being on Coinbase. We all know exchanges copy each other. They just, one person, they add it, and then they're like, oh, let's add it too. However, this should help all the Ripple boys out there excited, about Coinbase. This gives them another option in the Chinese exchanges. And once again, Huobi is the 8th largest crypto exchange by volume. So this isn't anything really to sniff at. It's, Ripple's been added on pretty much everything at this point, now that Coinbase has been added. So this is pretty big news for them. We'll see how it goes over in different countries as well. But definitely this Chinese cryptocurrency exchange will be using Ripple. Shout out to Cashta. We always got to give him a shout out. Right. He's been holding on to Ripple this whole time.
And it's one of those things where, especially at this point where the market's in its accumulation phase, not a lot of big news is coming out. When big institutions and companies make these changes where all of a sudden during a bear market, no action's been going on, Huobi says, well, now's the time we're going to add XRP to our over-the-counter trading platform. Well, why would you do that? Think like a business. Think what that business think about it. We say that because that can help with your trading or investing or whatever you're considering doing it. Because if right now, when nobody's paying attention to crypto, they're adding it to that platform. They're hoping for some type of value, some type of fees associated with the trading to make some money here in the short-term future. So,
they know people are going to trade Ripple, whether or not they tell people to buy at the top like CNBC. People are going to trade it. Even people that don't like it, like the radio show we went on. Dude didn't like crypto, but he had Ripple.
Oh, that was hilarious. Yeah. We went on a podcast. And the guy, Bitcoin was a novelty, but let me tell you about our Lord and Savior, Ripple.
Let me tell you about this new coin that's going to change the game. It's just, XRP, the standard.
Bitcoin's, that's a novelty. This is the new stuff, all right? Let's give him some more shout-outs. What's going on down in Muhammad? That's right, smash that like. Evan, there we go. Evan, pronounce your last name for me. I never got the last name correct. Jamal J, what's going on? Jamal says he likes the new hour. Tessa Hall, good afternoon. Tonio, Alpha Robbins. Tessa, hello, Tessa. Milto, Shannon Allen. Richard, Blockchain Shuja. Leroy Forrest, Madam Crypto, hello.
Shout out to everybody on Facebook as well. Make sure you like and share the page so we get this algorithm popping.
Huobi just closed his Australian office, is moving to the global office. You gotta finish that. I'm not sure what's that. All right, but good. Shout out for Huobi expanding and good job, Ripple. Continue to expand.
Ripple's gonna keep going. Garland House is not going down without a fight.
That's right. Argentinian government to invest in blockchain projects backed by Binance Labs.
Heard up.
Wow. Binance. We know they have friends over in Malta. Few other countries as well in the Mediterranean as well as in Asia. But it looks like Argentina is about to be their new friend. They're set to invest in early stage blockchain startups backed by the venture arm of the cryptocurrency exchange Binance. What's going on here?
Well, the head of Binance Labs, Ella Zhang, actually said in a statement, "We are very excited to support blockchain projects, entrepreneurs, and developers through our Buenos Aires chapter to advise and mentor them to find product market fit, and to provide them with in-time access to global blockchain technology development to solve local problems." That is a lot of words. That basically means we're going to give you money. use the blockchain and it'll solve your issues. This is what they're doing. And they're partnering up with the Ministry of Production and Labor, who actually announced this Wednesday. So anything up to 50,000, they're going to match it. So this actually gives them funding on both sides of it. And basically they'll invest in 10 blockchain projects for a period of up to 4 years. So This is actually a long-term project. This is kind of what makes CZ's company great, because when they partner with Ghana, when they partner up in Latin America, they actually do it for long-term reasons. They don't just, flash in the pan, we just want to make our money and get out. They're going to be around, people. And with stuff like this promotes research. And in the blockchain development world, it's just getting started. There's so many use cases. And this investment contract is a good example of a sector that's growing and having the money to invest in it. So shout out to Binance.
Yeah, Ella Zhang, head of Binance Labs, said in a statement, "We are very excited to support blockchain projects, entrepreneurs, and developers through our Buenos Aires chapter to advise and mentor them to find product market fit and provide them with in-time access to global blockchain technology development to solve local problems." Listen, when a company, as you said, it's going to be around long term. When a company's planning for that, they're planning to take a foothold into the market. When we talk about banks are going to disappear and they're eating themselves and they're going away, somebody's going to replace it. And what's already been identified in the short term are, of course, exchanges. And where they have programs like this going together where they're reinvesting into communities or other developers around the world, not just in their country, different types of projects, then it doesn't matter if things like your exchange goes out of business, no one uses it anymore. If you got a new market in Buenos Aires that's bringing you in the same type of capital, then hey, it's time to pivot this business structure. So, shout out to Binance, for looking around and being open to innovation instead of figuring out ways to stifle it. They're literally saying, we know you all have the creativity, we got a pot of money. Let's marry these things together and let's see what happens.
Oh, yeah. In the words of Jonah Hill on Superbad, people don't forget. As soon as you do something for them, trust me, in the future, they definitely going to have Binance's back when they try and get any type of licenses, regulatory stuff. Argentina's definitely going to be there for them. So, shout out to CZ.
CZ stays in the news. People are paying Bitcoin to send weird and wild messages into space. That is right.
Of course they are.
Actual outer space. You're not sure where it will end up exactly or who will actually read it, but you type up a message, pay a couple cents in Bitcoin, and click the send button. Your message zips through space. Yes, that is actual outer space. Then is broadcast out of a satellite blanking the world. How is this possible? Why is this possible?
Oh man, this is crazy. This headline by
why
itself
is it such a big story? Actually,
oh yeah, absolutely. Well, if you've been around, you've known that we've covered the Blockstream satellite. Blockstream, it was described as an eccentric project that was released over a year ago, where it would make Bitcoin accessible for people without internet access, the ability to broadcast transactions using satellites. So we've seen radio waves be used to broadcast. We've seen, of course, the internet connection. And Blockstream brought about the satellite connection. And what happens is, whenever you pay a small fee, 2 to 3 cents in Bitcoin, you can actually add a message to it. And when you broadcast to these satellites, it's broadcast to the world. So anybody who actually is on that test net that can see it, they actually can see the message that you sent out. Now, the messages that are sent, of course, they were weird messages, because that's what would Bitcoin be without weird people? Of course, some of the messages you got was still hard to grasp the fact that I'm blanketing a big part of the earth with my message on demand instantly. I wonder, does anybody read this message? Somebody else wrote, love you on day 4. Somebody else wrote, yo, that's crazy AF. So, it's just random people. Somebody actually put an encrypted rare Pepe on the blockchain. So you're going to have some weird people on there, but it's great to see the ability to do it. Means that, hey, you don't need internet access. You can actually make transactions worldwide using satellites. So shout out to Blockstream.
And not just transactions, just send messages. Right here, they actually wrote in the article, the website is any indication users are sending a lot of messages using the system, and more messages could soon be on their way. Again, today, the technology is a test net, but it's hoping to move it live soon where you can actually use real Bitcoin. But the long-term implication of this is you have no censorship now when you want to speak. Yep. So if for whatever reason you wanted to, if you're in a place where maybe there was a revolt going on, as we've seen across the world these last couple of decades, or actually throughout world history, but there's a revolt going on. This last revolts and last, uprising, we saw Twitter and Facebook being utilized. We saw Facebook being utilized in the political specter here in the United States. But now you have the ability to broadcast these same type of messages to everyone everywhere without having a Mark Zuckerberg or whoever owns Twitter or the federal government or anybody telling you you're not allowed to say. I mean, you can just pay and push your message out to the entire planet.
Yeah, you got to think too, the onboarding process. Like, think about how much it costs to build an exchange or to get a Bitcoin ATM or to do over the counter. Man, it costs maybe $100-$150 to get a satellite, and then to set it up is just the manual labor of setting it up. That has big implications in these smaller countries where you can really fund, thousands of satellites that can broadcast Bitcoin transactions. The front end is what needs work. You know, this is really just for programmers.
This is like Internet 5.0.
Yeah, this is literally like before Netscape type internet.
Like this is because I mean, again, this will take a while to come to fruition. But if this correctly works, I mean, you're talking about just advertising on its own. Oh, yeah. If some advertisers get their hands on this, like, wait, you can advertise the entire planet.
Yeah.
Oh, Bitcoin is we'll get how much Bitcoin? The price of Bitcoin will be $1 million tomorrow. They're like, look, but this is pretty big news again.
And we kind of jumping the gun because Lightning Network, we've been talking about it for a while. It's just now getting Lightning Pizza, Lightning Tips on Twitter, but it's progressing. Satellite is like, the final stage. That's when, like I said, you'd be sending money to Mars at that point if you, harness that power correctly.
Right. This is pretty crazy. What's going on? Andre Durden said, wow, first time catching you guys live. Must be that 3-ish move. There we go. What's going on? Milto, Minho, Donahue, how you been? Again, this is the stuff that's pretty interesting in the space to see the ability to utilize satellites that have basically been put up for the community to use for the blockchain. So it's pretty cool. And then, again, all it takes for that one person to start tinkering around with it, playing with the technology, and then the next thing you know, not only can you send messages, because this is how the internet started with personal computers. At first it was all text-based, then you got photos and videos. I mean, again, this is Internet 5.0. I can see it right now using a satellite. Everything's text-based. It's small messages, I love you, or an encrypted Pepe meme or something. How long will it be until we have streaming video from those same satellites where no one owns it or controls it? I mean, technically Blockstream does, but
$100 for a satellite.
How crazy is that?
You don't have to pay for a cable or nothing.
How crazy is? Come back to this video in like 17 years.
It's gonna take a little while.
17 to 22 years. Come back to this video and be like, wow.
Unless a black swan event happens, we have some crazy breakthrough.
Right.
But it's gonna take some time.
Crazy. That's pretty cool though. In other news, speaking of foundations and funding things, Ethereum Foundation funds Columbia. Yale researchers work on smart contract language. That is right. What's going on with Ethereum over here?
Oh, yeah. Well, shout out to anybody who actually funds education or colleges and higher education. So here we have a new smart contract programming language into the Ethereum virtual machine. The beneficiary of the grant is a smart contract R&D project called DeepC. It's spearheaded by Professor Rangu Gu. That is one hell of a name. He's an assistant professor of computer science at Columbia, and he's also the co-founder of blockchain security firm Certique. So basically what this means is Ethereum Foundation is going to give them money to do research. And the project that he was a part of, they raised several millions before, but they'll be actually given a little bit less. This new grant is supposed to support them in the foundation's 5th wave of financing. So they've been doing this for a while. You probably haven't heard of it, but most, Columbia, Yale, MIT, Stanford, most of these schools have some sort of blockchain project, Howard, where they actually have these programming languages being used. So shout out to them. As Professor Gu actually said, because smart contracts are self-executable and permanent, it is crucial that these contracts perform only as they are precisely intended. We have seen hacks before, so you do want that. The DeepC language will allow programmers to add safeguards to ensure that the code conforms exactly to its specifications using formal verification. So that's the good thing about this technology. If you can execute a contract instantly and have formal verification, this warrants some good research. So long term.
Well, what I will say is, doesn't necessarily need a new programming language for it though.
Yeah, well, that's what they're developing.
Right. Well, I know but do they actually need it?
No, not now. I mean,
you see what I'm saying?
I don't use different ones, but they're trying to this language is supposedly solve all the problems.
Right.
You know how people say, yeah, we do this research. When we do it, it's going to be better than Bitcoin. It'll be better than. That's basically what this.
So and that was my point too. Yeah. I mean, cool. I mean, they got the. It's one of those things where it might not even solve the problem as much as it will be their own thing now, which kind of again,
and they'll own it. That's
you know what I mean?
Thing.
Exactly. Like
exactly.
That puts that barrier up when retirement was like, look, if you're not using this language, you're not playing with these contracts over here. Like, do what you want. And it makes sense because again, for developers, this is their stablecoin war. It's like let's create a new language. Like,
and see, from a business standpoint, if you have a security firm as a business, why not get the college students to do the research for you and get
especially
grants?
When you work at the college,
you just get grants and then get them to do it for you to just use that information for your business. They've been doing it for years at these big schools. But shout out to Columbia and Yale University getting this going because there'll be plenty more scholarships going through the colleges for blockchain research.
I would like to see keep track of this, the deep sea, and see how does it help? Does it work better? Does it make it more efficient?
Yeah.
The switch. I mean, and the other thing. I mean, this is why it's such a good time to get into this space is because they're still developing everything for it. I mean, you can literally come in. I mean, it'll be a quick learning curve, but as soon as you catch up, you're caught up. Like you're literally caught up there. Nothing new has come out yet. They're working on the programming language itself. So
it's still early. So
that's pretty entertaining to see. Jamal J, what's going on? I saw you said something about the documentary. Yes.
Oh yeah, you said you got Max Kaiser on there.
Yeah, Max. Okay, there we go.
Yeah, my man.
Oh, I can't wait to see the documentary. It's gonna be called Peace Gods. There we go.
Yeah.
Shout out Jamal J from New York. All right, make sure you smash those likes and shares, folks. What's going on? Christopher Moy said checking in. What's good, everyone? Nothing but this crypto news, Chris. UNICEF explores blockchain to improve internet for every school. And here we go. We're going to try it. Kyrgyzstan? What do you got on this?
Oh, yeah. Kyrgyzstan.
Is it Kyrgyzstan?
Oh, yeah.
Children's nonprofit organization UNICEF is in talks with the government of Kyrgyzstan to leverage blockchain technology to provide internet access to every school in the country.
What up?
Wow. How is this working?
Well, this is a part of an ongoing initiative called Project Connect. UNICEF, they actually aim to engage over 1,500 local schools in Kyrgyzstan.
I'm gonna have to Google Maps as we talk right now.
Because we're gonna have to see how many schools are there.
And they actually 2 schools, $600 million.
They'll be like, hey man, blockchain.
Blockchain, schools, money.
Blockchain, give me money. But they're coming up with blockchain-based solutions for improving and monitoring internet connectivity levels. So it should help with internet connectivity and actually monitoring how much is actually going to these schools and making sure that they have proper internet access. Of these schools, of the schools based in Kyrgyzstan, for which close to half are identified to having either no internet connectivity or simply no data on the matter. So all this is happening on an accelerated, crazy crypto timeline, as they say it. They just throw that word in there a lot. I don't think they really know what that means sometimes. But the blockchain piece basically would track the data of internet connectivity to make sure they have it. So this is a project that is on a small scale, big for schools on a large scale, because if it works there, we've always said people copy it and then use it in other places. So if you can actually track that data and get internet access for all, and actually track that's what they did, because anybody can say, yeah, we're going to improve schools with this, blah, 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 and then there's no data really to back it up. Blockchain takes that away. Transparency, we can see it, and we can see the schools that are affected. So shout out to them. They actually just gave 2 blockchain startups $100,000 from UNICEF to do something like this. So they are, spending money, much like Binance Labs, some of the other companies. So shout out to them.
Don't sound like it's no bear market to me, huh?
Yeah, I know, right?
What's going on? Coinbase, Binance, everybody. Look, they brought in some money during 2017.
Yeah. And
for those who don't know, Kyrgyzstan is a rugged Central Asian country. Looks like right here tucked between China, Russia, Tajikistan, Kazakhstan. But what's interesting is that it lies on the ancient trade route between China and the Mediterranean, also known as the Silk Road. Anybody investing in Silk Road? I'm gonna try.
That's very interesting.
It's very interesting you pick this location to do school. It's a very random location, UNICEF.
Oh yeah,
Silk Road, huh? All right. Well, pay attention to
I'm sure that was just coincidence.
Right, that was definitely
nothing is ever on purpose. Not in this business.
This business is pure coincidental. But that would be pretty cool. I mean, to see them sponsor this, as you said, they've already done a few other companies. It looks like another startup, W3 Engineers, based in Bangladesh, web application development consulting firm. It's they're looking at how to do things. They're working with them as well. So this is what it's about. I think some of the studies and reports that have come out about the cryptocurrency market is that this is a very charitable and giving country. I was looking at the thing when I said countries. It's a very charitable and giving industry. So they're keeping that going here.
Oh yeah, absolutely. And UNICEF actually mines cryptocurrencies to support themselves with charitable donations. So shout out to them, man. They've been doing it for a long time. Man, anything that helps using crypto, we're all for it. So,
oh my goodness,
good for you.
I want to point out real quick. We see the price ticker here in the right corner of this CoinDesk article. Just know this has been the price for a while. So if you keep hearing all the madness about the different swings, every time I log on to Cointelegraph on one of these things, I see price, like it's plus 6% today. Minus, I'm like, you guys really fell into that trap, huh?
Hey man. It's accumulation period, people.
Right, it's on a bounce.
Yeah, don't wet yourself trying to catch every bounce and knife catch.
Right. All right, for the free Cryptocoin, though, that's right. If you listen to us, you have a chance to win a free privacy-focused digital currency. We want to give that out to help increase the education on cryptocurrencies. And for today's free Cryptocoin, what do you do to win it?
Yes, so for our question of the day, what message would you send to outer space for future generations and or other life forces or life forms? We talked about Blockstream having the ability to send data. So if you sent a message out, what would it be? Make sure you make it funny, something creative. Put your Cryptocoin address, and we'll send those free coins.
That would be pretty good. What would you
send
yourself?
What message I would send out there?
I don't know. Right? I'm trying to think, because it'd be different. You go back in time and send a message.
Yeah.
But you said if you were in the future.
Stop listening to old people in banks.
Nah, man. No, stop listening to old mindsets in banks. Yeah. There we go. Donald Muhammad said, he would say 1 Bitcoin is always 1 Bitcoin. That is a great way to end the show. Happy hump day, everybody. We will see you all tomorrow.
Oh, yeah. Have a good one.
Cheers.
Cheers.